Okay, you should be on page 178 of your book. And this is what the directions say for 178. Reread page 178 to analyze the plot. How does Sunny meet Smilin' Jack? Highlight or circle this in your book. Why is this important to the plot? So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to reread page 178. The next day and the next, Sonny found himself back in Jackson Square after school. Smilin' Jack's music was too good to ignore. Sonny always stood towards the front of the crowd, though he still felt too sad and worried to clap or sing along. On the third day, Sonny stayed until the music was over and people began drifting from the square. Hey, young man, what's your name? Smilin' Jack asked as he stepped down from the platform. Sonny Comeau, sir. You need a special tune, Sonny? You're looking mighty down. Sure wish I could get those hands clapping. I love your music, Smiling Jack, Sonny said, but a tune won't solve my problems. Problems? What kind of problems does a boy like you have? Sonny explained about his mother losing her job, about the rent man who'd put them out on the street if they missed paying the rent. Smiling Jack suddenly looked serious. Back in Mississippi, where I come from, they did the same thing to colored folks all the time. Right. So the first question was, how does Sonny meet Smiling Jack? Now it doesn't ask where because we know he's in Jackson Square. It says, how does he meet him? So I'm looking, and that answer is in paragraph 14. Hopefully you highlighted or circled something in paragraph 14. Um, the bottom of paragraph 14, it says, on the third day, Sonny stayed until the music was over and people began drifting from the square. And that's when Smiling Jack really noticed him. He was always towards the front of the crowd. That says that in paragraph 14 as well. Sonny always stood towards the front of the crowd, though he felt too sad and worried to clap or sing along. So if you're a musician performing and everybody's up there clapping and singing and have a good time, and one person up at the front is just standing there and not clapping and not happy and not singing along, the musician is going to notice that. So on the third day, Sonny stayed until the music was over, and that's when he met Smiling Jack because Smiling Jack started talking to him. Smiling Jack had noticed he was not clapping and singing along. He was kind of down. And the only way Smiling Jack would have talked to him is if Sonny stayed until after the music was over. So I would highlight from here where it says Sonny always stood down to the bottom of that paragraph. That's how he meets Smiling Jack. Now, why is that important to the plot? That's a little bit trickier. Why is it important how Sonny meets Smiling Jack? Well, this is a key event in the plot because this is the turning point or climax. Remember, there was a problem. We're talking about the parts of the plot. There was a problem and in the beginning, then we have the rising action talking about the problem, and the climax is when Smiling Jack meets Sonny and comes up with a solution for the rent. Okay. Smiling Jack helps Funny find a solution to a problem, and this is the climax or very close to the climax of the story. So that's why this is important to help the plot. All right. Hopefully you got all that taken down in your book.